This is my letter from a particular society, secret society, I should say, particular secret society, and hmm, I guess you all know what the secret society that is. I received this letter. This letter was actually given to me. Sorry for the squeaky chair, folks. Try to make it do what it do. It comes down to trying to make that happen as less as possible. But I got this letter. I received this letter quite a few, well, several years back, more than several years back. Actually, it was actually this letter came to me back in May of 2006, and this letter was actually sent to me in the mail with no return address, and I guess it must have been while I was living with my first child's mother, my baby mama, my first baby mama. Only have two. Don't get excited, folks. But I was sent this letter. It's actually a 10-page letter. A 10-page letter. I'm gonna try to stop looking here and try to look directly in the camera there. I have a bad habit of that because it's actually showing me here. There and he's crying now. This is a 10-page letter that I received, like I said, from a secret society calling themselves or known as the Illuminati. 10-page letter, front and back, along with this. Now, there are some people out there who got this letter just like I did. They received this letter just like I did, and I actually read up on some of what they had gone through when it came down to when it comes to what they did about it, or what they did when it comes down to researching further or investigating further into what this was all about when it came down to this particular letter. And like I said, this is it's all in the news. It's all in the, well, not mainstream news, but underground news. YouTube is all over YouTube, that type of thing. And but the Illuminati is someone of which we studied years and years and years ago. At least the conscious community that I was involved with more than 20 some odd years ago, up north, and through Dr. York. Some of you, I'm quite sure, are familiar with Dr. York, or Alamamisa al-Hadi al-Mahdi, as he was once called as well. But this letter came to me as I was living here in South Carolina quite a few years later. Like I said, 2007, I'd been here, I guess, a little more than maybe 10 years there. More than 10 years, I guess. Because I actually came back home in 96, 97, something like that. Running from the law from up north, running from the courts. Let's put it that way. But since then, everything's cool. But this letter actually came. Let me stop rambling. This letter actually came to my dismay, to my surprise. I was very shocked. I had no idea. And to be honest with you, I really believe that at some point in time, because I had actually gotten away from those particular studies of Dr. York, I had actually began to think that perhaps the society was just a society, and this was before all this YouTube fascination with all this stuff. Like I said, it was back in 2006, so YouTube was on it, I suppose, but not like they are now. I mean, it's just everything Illuminati, 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 Illuminati. I learned about this group or this society, and what we learned about it was basically not to deal with it, or not to associate ourselves with it to a certain degree. I mean, it was explained who they are. It was explained what they do. It was explained why they are. And to be honest with you, quite frankly, the letter was a very friendly letter. It was a very, very friendly letter. I'm quite sure it's some people out there, like I said, it's more than just this one guy that I came across. Actually, it was two people, but one female didn't claim, she never claimed that she got a letter. She didn't say anything about a letter. She just mentioned something about a guy approaching her, saying something about him being a part of the Illuminati or something like that, and so forth and so on. A lot of people believe that this society is a society that only targets stars and stuff like that, because you hear a lot about that. You hear a lot about how from Lil Wayne to Beyonce to Katy Perry to Taylor Swift. You know how these people go on and on and on and on and on about stuff like that, and about how these people are wicked and throwing the signs, the devil signs, all that kind of stuff, and how they're all attached to it. Kanye West, oh, they drove, Kanye West are mad. You know what I'm saying? They're driving other people crazy. They've been involved in Dave Chappelle's life. I mean, everybody, all these stars' lives, and so on and so on. They do mention in the letter that they wrote to me, like I said, with no return address. It actually gave me an address on the inside of the letter as I continue to read near the end of it. They never asked me for anything when it came to money. No money was mentioned or anything like that. They just wanted me basically to join them. And the reason that they said that they wanted me to join them was because of the fact that they knew all this certain things about me. They knew all this stuff about me. They claimed that they knew all this stuff about me. They claimed that it had to do with my date of birth, my position of birth. It had to do with my name, all that great stuff. It also explained to me about how I have what is known as a double sine wave of some sort. You guys who got this letter, please hey, look me up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can compare letters. The other guy that received a letter of which I read about, it pretty much matches up with the same thing that I that's in my letter. Some of the names that he mentioned or called out as far as like being the head of it, or kind of like the directors or orchestrators of this society. This society. I want to give the name up so bad because they actually went by an assumed name. They never told me who they were from the very beginning. They only told me who they were near the end of the letter. After they went through telling me about how certain stars are a part of their society. You have doctors, lawyers, all this stuff. Who else? They're giving certain testimony. Quite a while. Yeah, doctors, lawyers, celebrities. It says that it's talking about all these damn secrets that they have to give to these special people like myself. Okay. I'm special. Just like a lot of other people out there who are special. Everybody's special, right? Right. Yeah. Why not? So, but when they talk about how they actually contact people who have these special gifts of some kind. This particular female, of which I actually saw her story on YouTube, and she talked about she was a part of something, but she wasn't a star or anything. She wasn't a celebrity, but she had some sort of a special gift of some kind that they were interested in. And as their talk went further, she talked about how, and I'll get that to you perhaps later on or something like that when it comes down to. I hadn't seen it in a while because I had actually made a video concerning this letter last year, year and a half ago or something like that. Not quite 2 years ago. Yeah, it went a little further past the beginning of last year. So I'd say about at least a year and a half ago. But I decided to just hang on to it. But this letter is talking about how all kinds of great things would happen to you or would happen to me if I were to join them. They talked about how my life would just absolutely totally change for the better. They talked about the wealth that would be accumulated through them with these secrets that they were willing to show and teach to me because of this special gift that I have, this double sine wave that's attached to my name and place of birth and so forth and so on. They talk about, like I said, they talk about some of the most successful people in the world who have learned their secrets are celebrities, entrepreneurs, scientists, sports stars, professional gamblers, and romantic lovers. Romantic lovers. That they all possess, and that how they all attained the secrets, these major and powerful secrets from them, and how they were actually able to, just kind of, I guess you might say, tune in or tune up their abilities when it comes down to these special gifts, how they were able to actually tune into it, a little bit better, you know what I'm saying? Just tune into it. But it's a fascinating letter. They wanted me to respond. They never asked me any money or anything. They talked about me possibly joining them, and they spoke about me possibly coming to where they are. They talked about a particular summit meeting that they have annually or at certain particular times throughout the year. It's a free invitation form. They just simply wanted me to check the box and then mail or fax the entire package back to them today. And like I said, that was actually back in May of 2006. They actually told me that if I were not to join them, that things would not go so well in my life. That things would kind of be, well, I would suppose perhaps, with them promising all these secrets that I would learn and how it would better my life, I guess, how it would actually help me gain all this great money and wealth and so forth and so on, and how I would just have women just falling at my feet, you know what I'm saying, because I would be so charismatic and so charming and all this kind of stuff that they would, through these secrets of which they would teach and so forth and so on. It sounds fascinating. It sounded fascinating to me back then, but it also at the same time when it was fascinating me, it scared the hell out of me. It scared the hell out of me. So with them claiming that they knew all this stuff about me, you don't really get down with people who claim, oh, we know this about you, we know that about you, we know this about you. They sound rather governmental. So I was very, I was flattered that they would send me the letter. I don't know, like I said, how many people got this thing. I don't know. I've only seen one person saying that they received a letter like this, and like I said, I studied what he said about it, and he did his little research and so on and so on. But he still seemed as though he had a hard time really getting down to the nitty gritty. Getting down to the nitty gritty when it came down to really finding out who these people are, pinpointing. I'll look further into that and find out a little more information for you as to what happened to him. I'm going to look that up. But this 10-page letter, along with the other little side thing, they talk about who they were. Like I said, they went by an assumed name in the beginning, but then and throughout the entire letter, telling me about these wonderful things that have happened to other people. These, and a testimony in here too about how their lives have changed so much for the better, and how parents are even loving them because of the fact that they were able to educate their children much better once they decided to join them and learn all of these powerful mind-blowing secrets. Let me see if I can find some of what they also say about the secrets that it's actually, let me see. Let me see. But the letter is the type of letter that definitely would make you want to join this particular society. Like I said, near the end, this is when they reveal who they were by saying that this person who was actually giving a testimony was telling me about how when they actually accepted this particular invitation to this particular summit, that they were fascinated with. Let me get it right. I'm gonna make sure I don't give you anything wrong here. Let me see. Here it is. As one of the core members in blank blank, I won't say where, I was invited from the blah 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 society via the mail. As one of the core members, I had an opportunity to be invited to their World Summit Illuminati meeting. Let me tell you, I was nervous, apprehensive. I worried that I was not worthy of associating with such talented, accomplished people, even though I was now striking it rich in every area of my life as the power of the blank blank catapulted me to the highest levels, catapulted them to the highest levels, catapulted. Okay, I mean, just shot them up there, you know what I'm saying? In other words, they're saying that once they began to learn these secrets that the society was giving them, that their lives changed for them. And like I said, it is a very tempting letter when it comes down to joining. But at the time, I'm a God-fearing man. Whenever I was reading about this stuff years ago from Al-Imam Isa al-Hadi al-Mahdi, Dr. York, and like I said, it's been a long time since I really did anything when it comes down to studying up on him. And I already know, we all about the jail thing and all that kind of stuff. Now, his sons, and what they're doing, I'm not really into those particular type of studies anymore, even though they are still kind of, rather fascinating. At the time, I'm into other things now. But that's basically, about it. It's like I said, a 10-page letter. I know a lot of people might say, well, you're not really telling us anything. How do we know it's really a letter from the Illuminati? Well, let me show you. I'm trying to blank out some things because I really don't. Okay. Let me see if I can kind of show you a little something here. And I did not write this letter myself. Like I said, it's and I'm a writer. I'm a writer, so a lot of people might say, "Oh, well, he can write." So I do a little writing myself, but not to that degree or to that level, like that. Not like that. I don't know if you can read this. You might be able to read a little bit more than in read. I don't. Come on. It is what it is. I'm trying to kind of work out some things. Why won't you show us the whole letter? Why won't you do this? Why don't you do that? Well, like I said, if it, I don't know. If it really is the Illuminati, I don't want to play around with it. I don't get down with that. Like I said, I'm a God-fearing man. I just don't want to get myself involved. I don't want to go through all this kind of crazy stuff with people saying, "Oh, wow, 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 G, wow." But it says, I don't know if you can read that. When I arrived, I don't know if you even read that. When I arrived, yeah, there you go. Can you see that? You can see that. Give an opportunity to read a little bit of that. I don't know. But the thing about it is about belief. A lot of people are not really believing that these societies exist. But these societies do exist, and I do believe the letter. And I do believe that there are a lot of people out there who are joining this society. Whether this is the actual or real Illuminati or not, I don't know, But at the same time, I do believe, I don't know why they would say they are if they're not. But either way it goes, they're using Illuminati. I do believe that there are a lot of people outside of stars and celebrities and so forth and so on who are and who have joined these this cult, these people. And I'm quite sure it was all about regular people, before it was about stars and stuff like that, or celebrities and stuff. I'm quite sure it was about doctors, lawyers, and so forth and so on, just like, Masons and, and they're not all about just stars and stuff like that. It didn't start out like that, you know. But that's, if anybody's a little more interested in learning a little bit more about the letter, just hit me up. Like and subscribe, please, to this channel. The Conscious Chronic. I want to get more into this letter. I'm going to learn more about this letter. I've had this letter now, like I said, for years now, since 2006. Like I said, maybe about a year or so and some change after my father passed away. Maybe not even a year. Not even a year. My father passed away in October of 2005. So I get this letter in May of 2006. My father was a traveler. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. But I do know that, like I said, I'm a God-fearing man. He was a God-fearing man. I'm going to learn more about this letter, and I'll see if I can get back to you on a little bit more. And like I said, for those who have actually got one of these letters or received one of these letters, give me a call or hook me up. You'll find me some sort of way, or some kind of way, and let's kind of compare letters. Let's do the damn thing, and let's find out a little bit more about this. Some people might say, but why would you want to find out more about that? You turn them down, let it go. Perhaps I should. But this is my letter to kind of let you know that this society is a real society. And to believe that they don't exist is kind of, you can if you want to, I suppose, and you can't if you don't want to. You don't have to. You can believe what you want to believe. But there are a lot of things out there that a lot of people are not interested in learning when it comes down to certain types of things that a lot of people feel are myths. Because in actuality, I thought this was a myth as well, until I read who they said that they were. And I was like, the Illuminati? The hell they contacting me for? Huh? What they contacted me for? So I was very shocked. And like I said, I never heard of anything about them, outside of the letters, or not the letters, but the books that I had been reading from Dr. York back in the day. And it just kind of, it surprised me, and it kind of took me aback, when it came to, I was like, the hell, these people really exist? I never returned anything to them. I never made any kind of contact with them. That letter sat on my dresser for weeks and weeks and months, and I was very tempted. All the stuff that they claimed that they could do. And I was, like I said, I was a younger man, but at the time, I was with my child's mother. My baby at that time, I guess she was about 4 years old or so, 3 to 4 years old. So, it wasn't about me jumping up talking about going out to leave and and do this, be this great adventurer and stuff like that, and to go off and join them, and that just wasn't me. I wasn't leaving my baby like that. And no matter what, no matter how much money that they claim, I could receive all these powerful secrets that would help me gain that money. It was something that just wasn't for me. From what we had learned, like I said before, that this was a society not to be dealt with. I do believe that the society is very vast. Very vast. They're all over the United States. I believe they're all over the world. All over the world. World Summit. So I'll get back with you guys once I learn a little bit more. I'm very intrigued, but it doesn't mean I'm going to join.